White blaze on bark, wrong path. I hoped not. I hoped I had the right path out of the dense forest. Night was falling fast, and I needed to find my way back to camp before darkness set in. But something felt off. The trail marker was newer than the others, with the bark around it still smooth and pale, indicating recent activity. I shouldn't have stopped, but I did. I looked back the way I came, and the trees seemed to close in, emphasizing the importance of staying alert and moving forward along well-marked and established trails to avoid getting disoriented in dense forests. Listen close, I said to myself. The trail ahead was too straight and perfect, not the kind of path a wild animal would naturally create. Wild game trails are usually less distinct, winding through the underbrush and showing signs of repeated use like flattened grass or broken twigs. Look for these natural signs to find and follow a game trail out of the dense forest. I turned back and started walking the other direction, but the trees were thick and the underbrush dense. My boots got caught in roots and vines, and I had to pull myself free. This was a dead end. Suddenly, I spotted a well-trodden path leading into the forest. Game trails like these can be excellent markers to follow out of dense areas. However, always be aware of local wildlife and use caution to avoid any potential dangers. Keep moving, I told myself. But I did. I stopped at the sound of a twig snapping behind me. If you find yourself in a dense forest and need to navigate out, look for game trails. These paths are often well-trodden by animals and can lead you to clearer areas or to a trailhead. However, always be cautious and aware of your surroundings. Listen for sounds and watch for signs of wildlife to stay safe. I turned slowly, heart pounding. Nothing moved in the darkness. Just the wind, I tried to tell myself, but the hairs on the back of my neck were raised. Look for signs of animal activity, tracks, scat, or broken twigs that can guide you out of the dense forest. Remember, following game trails is a practical method for navigation in unfamiliar terrain, but always be cautious and aware of your surroundings. Trust your instincts, I whispered. I pulled out my flashlight and shone it behind me. Nothing but shadows. I started walking again, but the trail ended at a thicket of brambles. No way through, I had to go around, which meant cutting through the brush and risking scratches and cuts. I felt something cold and wet on my hand. Blood, first rule, I said. I rummaged through my pack and found my first aid kit, applying a piece of gauze to stop the bleeding. It was getting dark now. Before moving out, make sure to assess your surroundings and check if it's legal and safe to hunt or trap game in the area. Stick to well-established trails, if possible, and avoid creating new ones to minimize environmental impact. If you need to find a game trail, do so quietly and leave no trace. I kept moving, but it felt like I was going in circles. The trees all looked the same and the path twisted and turned. Every few steps, I stopped to look around and try to orient myself. To find a clear direction, I looked for game trails. Signs of wildlife activity can often indicate a path that leads out of dense forest. Following animal tracks and trails can help guide you in the right direction, but remember to stay aware of your surroundings and any potential hazards like steep drops or thick underbrush. Third rule, I muttered, stay calm, but it was hard to stay calm. The darkness was closing in fast and visibility was rapidly diminishing. I heard something again, a rustling in the underbrush. I froze. Was it an animal, a person? I couldn't see anything in the dark. I shone my flashlight around again, but there were only shadows. To find a game trail, I carefully listened and watched for signs of animal activity, like tracks, scat, or trampled vegetation. Once I spotted a trail, I followed it quietly and cautiously, staying alert for any potential hazards or signs of other wildlife. I took a deep breath and kept walking. I needed to get out of this forest before nightfall, but every step felt like I was heading deeper into a maze. The air grew colder and the darkness seemed to close in. To navigate safely, I started looking for game trails, following the signs of animal movement. This not only helps in moving efficiently through the terrain, but also increases the chances of finding water and shelter. Second rule, I said. I stopped and listened. I could hear the distant sound of a stream, the faint rustle of leaves in the wind. While the sound of water can be a good indicator of a way out, it's also important to be cautious of your surroundings. Follow the sound, but watch for signs of game trails like flattened grass or tracks, which often lead to clearer paths or water sources. I moved through the brush toward the sound, but the stream was nowhere to be found, just more trees and underbrush. I felt my way along the base of the trees, the bark rough and cold under my fingers. I kept walking, staying alert for any signs of game trails, which are often marked by trampled vegetation and tracks. The darkness swallowed me whole, so I made sure to stay calm and use my senses to navigate. First rule, I whispered. But how do you stay calm when you can't see a thing? When every step feels like a step towards something worse? Remember, the key is to stay calm and move slowly and quietly. Look for signs of animal activity like tracks, disturbed vegetation, or droppings to find a game trail. I kept moving, hoping the stream was close and that I was near the edge of the woods. But the trees seemed to stretch on endlessly and the darkness deepened with each step. I started to feel a chill that went beyond the air. It seeped into my bones, making every step feel heavier. My flashlight battery was low, the beam dimming with each click, casting shorter, more frantic shadows. Look for signs of game trails, animal tracks, broken twigs, or trampled vegetation. These trails often lead to clearer areas and could be your ticket out of the dense forest. I heard a snap behind me. I turned hard in my throat. Nothing moved, just the darkness. I shone my flashlight back there, but saw only shadows. To find a game trail, I stayed alert for signs of animal activity, tracks, broken twigs, and scat. Following these clues can lead to an easier path out of the dense forest. Second rule, I said. But how do you use your senses when visibility is zero and every sound feels like a threat? Start by staying calm and listening for animal movements. Identify the direction of game trails by looking for signs like trampled vegetation, tracks, or scat. Trust your instincts, but verify with clear, tangible evidence. I felt the cold creeping closer, the darkness swallowing me whole. The trees loomed overhead, the underbrush thick and impenetrable. I was lost, but I knew I had to find a way out. One effective method is to locate and follow a game trail. Animals often create well-trodden paths through dense forests, which can lead you to clearer areas or human-made trails. Look for signs like flattened grass, packed earth, or tracks. Once you spot a trail, follow it carefully, staying alert to your surroundings and aware of any changes in the landscape that might indicate a clearing or road ahead. No knife, no matches, no light, I said. Moving forward was my only option. The dense forest seemed endless. I started walking and the path kept winding, each tree a mirror of the last. Circles were all I seemed to walk. To navigate out, I needed to find a game trail. Animals often travel along well-worn paths that can lead to clearer areas or roads. Following these paths could help me find my way out of the dense forest. But I also knew I needed to be cautious and aware of my surroundings to avoid getting lost or encountering dangerous situations. I heard a rustling again. I froze. Was it an animal, a person? I couldn't see anything in the dark. I shone my flashlight around again, but only saw shadows. Carefully, I continued to move forward, staying alert for signs of a game trail, tracks, broken branches, or scat that could guide me out of the dense forest. I took a deep breath and kept moving forward. Tomorrow on the survival files, keep your feet dry and functional for days.